Hey guys, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. We've just spent the night at the hotel and solved the murder of the medium who killed that woman. Let's take a look at the casebook. So back to Cordona, right, we spent the night there. That's not how I imagined my time on Cordona, but the thrill of the case helped to distract me from darker thoughts. Now it's time to go to the cemetery in Miner's End. There is a figure of a crying angel on Mother's tombstone, so that's where we're headed, to the cemetery. Let's just check out this guy. Arab wine merchant, dark red wine, drank red wine recently, unfriendly. Okay.
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
The funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. I couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
Okay, so we need to pin something. Ask the receptionist about my room. Okay, I can try to recall my mother's funeral. This is what we need to have pinned. Let's look at the evidence.
Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem. The service was sparsely attended. Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then. I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything. It will get easier soon.
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here?
Well, let's take a look.
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother.
Let's take a look at this pocket watch. It does say, what does it say on it? VH, Violet Holmes.
This watch was a gift. My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently.
And the candle is lit as well, which means very recently someone has been here.
A candle in a small puddle of wax. It cannot have been lit for more than half an hour.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested?
Okay, so let's pin this, the mysterious visitor. Someone has visited the grave. Candle was lit recently. Looks like there's footprints down here. Fashionable shoes.
A man in fashionable shoes stood near the tomb. The size of the prints suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
You were about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
Okay, so it looks like it goes further off into the cemetery. There is a bike here,
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
so let's investigate.
A portable easel was kept there. I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults. At the very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercuria. The Hospitaller Crypts. If memory serves, they're located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree.
Okay, that's where we're headed.
It's stained with oil paint.
An artist working in a cemetery. Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
Yeah, there's an artist here somewhere and has some connection to Holmes's mother. This looks like the picture. And there's the artist from the hotel.
Oh, it's that ridiculous artist from the hotel.
Be nice, Sherry. Make friends.
Mr. Holmes, did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name. I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men. Such scandal.
It was a welcome distraction.
Oh, my manners. I am Werner Vogel, art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Cordona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
Does your gallery feature more than just portraiture?
Oh, of course. We display landscapes, sculpture, modern pieces too. I am sure we have something that will move you. You must stop by.
Only music moves me, I'm afraid.
Then you have simply not found your artist yet. Someone whose work hits you in your core. You're still young. I am sure we'll find them.
How did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was an estate sale. All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect you'll wins, but I'm here for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed. I'd heard otherwise.
Otherwise than consumption?
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police investigation, but Cordona is a notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well, I shall intrude no longer. I'll leave you to your closure. Do stop by the gallery if your travels permit. Farewell.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Okay.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps there are archives that may shed further light.
Yes, and it sounds like he has more information about what happened to Holmes's mother. The archives at the City Hall, Police Station and Cordona Chronicle may hold key information for your case. When investigating a piece of evidence, think about which location is the most appropriate visit. I guess we could look at the newspaper articles at the time, or head to the police station, see if there is an investigation. Let's check out the map first of all and see where we're going. So there are these fast travel points. Cordona Cemetery, we have the police station, so I can mark that. And then we have the Chronicle as well. I might head to the police station first, see what we can find there. And then maybe down to the Chronicle. Let's have a look at the evidence. So I can unpin this photo of the Hospitaller Crypts. Mercurio. Right, remembering the funeral. Mycroft and I were carrying luggage in the procession. We had to leave for London immediately after the funeral. Mycroft was adamant about this and I never asked why. Only a few people were at the service and all were silent. The pastor gave a short speech and said that although my parents were not buried side by side, they are together in paradise. Even then, I didn't believe him. I wanted to see her one last time before they closed the coffin to say how I loved her, but I didn't get a chance. Mycroft held me until I calmed down and let him take me from the cemetery. Okay, Vogel's story. Werner Vogel is the man that left my mother's watch on her grave. Vogel claimed it was his way to return what already belonged to me. He also mentioned that there was a police investigation into my mother's death. I doubt that's true, but if they did, there would be something about it in the police archives. 10 years ago, we were living somewhere in Grand Surrey, which should help me narrow my search. Okay. An investigation in Grand Surrey. Okay. Well, I think we're done here. So I'll run back. I don't suppose the coach will be waiting. We only get one free trip. Okay, I don't think we can ride over there until we have some of those places marked on the map. So I'm just going to go for a bit of a run around.
Selam.
Okay, new fast travel point, the Emperor's Aqueduct.
Could you help me?
Doesn't remind me of anything. Someone else can help better, sir.
Alright, let's actually unpin this for now. New location, newsboy.
Look at what you've done! Criminal Luca Gallici, posing as a medium, confesses to the strangulation of a noblewoman. The cheapest news on the island. Thank you.
We'll buy one of those. Let's check out the consequences. Luca, what you've done. A fan of the occult got more than she bargained for after a visit to a spiritualist. Her own death. Police arrested Luca Gallici, the famous medium, at Il Palazzo del Lusso after he remorsefully confessed to the murder of the noblewoman. So we did get it right. In an unlikely development, the investigation was initiated not by the police but another guest at the hotel, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. The investigating officer said that the crime appears to be the consequence of a theft carried out during Mr. Gallici's seance. Sources tell the Chronicle that Gallici has a checkered past and ought to expect severe consequences for this latest transgression. Okay, so the bridge is here. We do need to head across to the other side. And then the police station shouldn't be too far away. Can Holmes take a look at the character of horses? Nope, he's not a horse whisperer. It's just people that he understands. I can tailor harms animals. Better stay away from that horse. Zulu carpenter collects fern, hostile. Alright, both these guys are hostile. So, should be nearby. The marker on the map on the compass doesn't tell you how far away it is, but I think this is the police station here. Cordona Police Station. Richard John Sadline, 1812 to 1860. Don't know who that is. Okay, let's go inside.
Stark do this, Stark do that. I'm not a clerk, damn it. How am I supposed to get those records now? Yes? What is it? Would you like to report a crime?
No, I wouldn't. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I want to use the police archives.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm serious.
So am I. Officer Logan locked himself inside and he's not letting anyone in.
But why the archives? Won't that stall everyone's work?
You bet it will. He's looking up all the thieves in Cordona over the past decade. Say one thing for Logan. He's persistent.
What happened exactly?
A tailoress from Scaladio's been robbed. Logan spent 2 whole days at the shop sketching the thief, and she still insists that it's all wrong. That shrew drove him up the wall, she did.
Would you mind if I talk to this tailoress? I could get you the sketch in no time.
Get off your high horse, mister. You think you're better than our sketch artist?
Actually, I'm quite certain I am. Let me prove it.
Well, I see no harm in it, as long as it gets Logan out of there. In fact, I need to look up some records too. Here's the address. Good luck.
Okay, so we've got a new case, The Master of Disguise. And we'll pick this up next time.